Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. So I went ahead with my Neutrogena HydroBoost Moisturizer and patted that all over the skin with my fingers, and then also went ahead and blended it out with my fingers. And I took my Benefit PoreFessional and L'Oreal Magic Lumi primers and put that all over the skin. And with the PoreFessional, I like to just go ahead and put that on the nose, and then I took my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in soft beige and went ahead and applied a light layer and then blended that out with my Real Techniques sponge. And I like to go ahead and move pretty fast with this foundation because it doesn't dry so fast, but a little bit. And just keep blending away. So I went with my Maybelline Anti-Age Rewind concealer and just went ahead and primed my eyes with that so that I can have some tackiness that my shadows can stick to. Then blended that out with my sponge. And I took this white shade as my base and it ended up being very shiny, so kind of biffed it on that, but it ended up working out in the end. So I just patted that all over. And I went ahead with these two crease shades and that one fell out. So I added that into my crease. You really gotta go ahead and build this up, and it takes a little bit of time. And I added that shade on the very far right and went in for more definition because the first two weren't giving me exactly what I wanted, but you just gotta go in and blend and add more and blend and make sure that transition is exactly how you want it. So I took that dark shade that we added more definition with and went ahead and added that on the outer V. And this is kind of a long process for me. So I take it, add it, and then I go and blend it out. And then I'll end up going in with a bigger brush with more product on it and then really patting that in and blending it out just so I can get that exact outer V that I want. And so I took the Maybelline Color Tattoo and added that all over my lid. And I made sure to go pretty precisely where I wanted it just because I didn't want any to go into my crease. And then I went ahead and took a blending brush and blended out the edges to make it more precise and flawless. And I wasn't really happy with the shine on that, so I took this shiny shade, glitter champagne shade from the Morphe 35K palette. And I added that all over the lid to give it just a little extra shine. And I ended up really liking how it turned out. And just going all over the lid with that, and again, going pretty precisely. And so I went ahead with another layer of the foundation just to make it more full coverage, and I like to let the first layer dry first and then go in with a second layer if I'm going to go for a more full coverage look. And I'm just blending away like the first time. And so I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape in light sand, and this stuff goes such a long way, so definitely I like to go with light hand personally, and just add that and define the outer edge of our shadow. And make sure you don't blend over the shadow, because I remember the first time when I was starting out in makeup and I would do this, I totally blended over the shadow and I was like, dang it, totally biffed this and could have been prevented. So I went ahead and blended that out with my Real Techniques sponge, and I did it under the eyes, nose, middle of the brows, and then on my chin to make it more, just to give us more dimension. And then I took my Codi Airspun powder and put that under my eyes so that I don't have any creasing, even though the Tarte Shape Tape doesn't really crease too much. Then I added it in my T-zone because that's where I get a little bit oily. And I just don't want my makeup to break apart at all. And I didn't want to go with the far right shade that I'm about to point to because it's too warm, that one. So I went with the two other ones to go ahead and give me a little bit of contour, define my cheekbones. And I took this nice Morphe brush. It gives you a pretty good contour. And I also have one from Beige Cosmetics that works pretty well too. And you always want to blend up. You don't want to blend down if you're trying to define your crease. So definitely blend up like this. And then I also went ahead and put that all over my forehead. And I have like an underlying bruise on my head. So every time I put contour colors or bronzer, it definitely shines through. But I blended it out, don't worry. And then definitely on my jawline to hide my double chin because everyone wants to hide that. And I wiped away that bake. And I personally really like to wipe it all away because if you do take pictures, I just hate flashback and it totally ruins the look. So I took all that and then the leftover on the brush without adding any new product, I put it under my contour, and then I took my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil and Milk Chocolate bronzer with a stippling brush and added that all over for some warmth and to give back dimension rather than just the ashy cool tones. And then I took that same bronzer and went ahead and contoured my nose. So I did like a V at the top just to make it look more pinched and smaller, and then definitely along the sides to make it look thinner. And I just go over, it might look harsh now, but when you blend it out and do all that, it definitely looks a lot better. And I couldn't find my BH Cosmetics brush for this, but there's a really good one. I'll put it in the comments below or the description. Then I went ahead and added a little line over the top just to give that button nose effect. And then I wiped off this brush and blended it out. And I took my Milani Luminoso blush. Gives a nice sheen to the face, no glitter, but just definitely beautiful. And put that all over my cheeks. And then I took that same outer dark shade that we put in the outer V and put that underneath our eyes to give us more dimension and to tie the look together. And then I took my NYX gel liner and just added a little bit of a wing, kind of biffed it, but you know, wings are hard. Then I took my Champagne Pop highlighter and added that to the highest points of my face. Then you definitely want to go in and add it to the inner corner. And then I took my IT Cosmetics black liner and tight lined with that. This one is super creamy. Then I took a darker Rimmel lip liner, and that first shade that I showed you was actually a lip plumper gloss because, you know, I wasn't paying attention. But I ended up actually going in with the NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick. And I'll definitely add all the shades in the description box. And then I went ahead and used my favorite mascara, which is the Maybelline Big Shot, and added that. And I'm not using any lashes. And then I patted that in with my fingers and just made sure it was blended out. And this is the final look. I really like how it turned out. It's glam, but not too glam. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm getting the hang of this, but definitely stay tuned for more videos. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.